Chest over,
Because,
okay. Because like the chaturanga is probably not really good, cause then it's like, it
Right.
hurts, I mean, whatever, chest
Okay.
over.
Actually, let's pass out some blocks and we'll start with the passive chest opener.
Yes, if you
Oh,
have
you
to,
got
just
yours?
one more, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
So,
Oh, I wish.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
we are going to have our blocks in a T position. If this is too intense, too much of a heart opener, you can always put this block in a lower position. So we are going to come to the blocks, and then right basically where your bra strap would be, the middle back is going to line up with this block. And then this block here is going to support the head, so you might need to adjust a little bit. Make sure that it's not on your neck at all, even a little bit. And then you can let your arms come out to the sides like a T.
Oh, good idea.
If that is too much, you can have them more along the sides of your body. It is a good idea, this feels great. And then you can have your legs however you like here. Typically the most comfortable position might be with your knees bent, feet on the floor. You can also have straight legs, or you can have feet together, knees apart, and Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel free to readjust as you need. Take a few moments here right at the beginning of your practice. Present yourself in this room. Starting by maybe noticing the sounds around you. The most obvious, the sound of my voice. But then the more subtle sounds, the sounds of the traffic driving by. Pitter-patter of little feet. The creaks. And sounds of an old building. And maybe begin to notice the scents around. Smell of the incense, the diffusers. Notice the feel of the air on the skin. The feel of the blocks beneath you. Using your senses and the sensations of the body to ground yourself in this moment, allowing yourself to be fully present and focused, in body, mind, and breath for the next 75 minutes or so. Begin to relax the features of the face. Let your forehead begin to smooth out. Soften the crease between the eyebrows. Allow the eyes to relax deeply in the sockets. Relax your cheeks. Soften the lips and the corners of the mouth. Consciously relax the hinge of the jaws. You may find you need to swallow a few times, or maybe yawn, or just open the mouth wide and close it a few times to release any tension from your jaws. And then allow your tongue to rest wherever it's comfortable. It might be on the roof of the mouth, just behind your front teeth. Relax through the chest. letting the shoulders and the arms melt to the floor. And as best you can, try to relax over the block behind the back. Let your hips be heavy and ground. Feeling the support of the floor beneath the hips, legs, and the feet. Allowing each inhale breath to create space and expansion throughout the body. And each exhale breath to soften into the space, melting over your blocks. Feeling the sensation of surrender to the weight of gravity. Let your body be as heavy as possible. It may feel good to you to take a full body stretch, reaching the arms over the head. I like to interlace my fingers and press the palms to the back wall. If it feels comfortable, maybe even stretch with the toes here. And then we're going to bring the elbows in close to the block and lean to one side. And gently remove the blocks from underneath you and lie back down on the floor. And take a few moments as you lie on the floor to relax, to notice how the back is feeling. Your spine may feel a little bit closer to the floor than it normally would be, a little bit flatter possibly. Now we're going to bend the knees, bringing the feet to the floor about hip distance apart and keeping your arms pretty wide out to the side so they're not in the way of your knees. And then we're just going to start to windshield wiper the legs side to side, nice and slow. You might press a little more into the top foot, lifting the top hip, and then switching. And just imagine here that you're lying in your bed, you're just waking up, and you're stretching out first thing in the morning. Let it be a little natural. Use your breath. Maybe take a few nice deep exhales. And I'm going to start to add on from here. One of my favorite things is to extend the top leg and bend, switch, and extend the top leg. Just a super slow-mo chorus line. Using the weight of the top leg and a nice exhale to release the low back. And the next time your left leg extends over to the right, we're going to hold or pause. And let your top leg relax as much as you need to, then you can bend a bit so that your legs are really relaxed. And then you can roll your head to the left side. So we want this to be super gentle, easy twist. Breathing into the upper left quadrant of your lungs. slowly roll your face to center. Switch sides. The right leg extends to the left. Let it be nice and easy and relaxed. And then you can roll your head to the right. With each inhale breath, filling up, expanding. With each exhale breath, relaxing and softening. Using the exhale to melt away the layer of tension. And turn your face to the ceiling and bring your knees through center. So you may want your strap. We're going to do some light stretches here. So you might want it within reach. And we're going to start with figure 4, crossing the right leg, the right ankle above the left knee, just on your thigh. And take your right hand and gently press your right thigh away from your body, creating some opening in the hip. And you can always stay here, or you can inhale, bring your legs towards your body, and then maybe interlace your hands behind the left thigh at the hamstring. Hug your legs in towards your body, using the right elbow or forearm to gently press the right thigh away from you. Your right foot flexed. Your left leg can be much more relaxed. Notice your neck. And we want the neck to be as long as and relaxed as possible. So if your chin is pointing up to the ceiling, like mine is right now, you want to bring your chin down so it's more pointing forward towards me, lengthening the neck. And then gently release the legs, left foot rests on the floor. Take your strap and bring it around the ball of the right foot. I like to hold the strap for this one hand on each side, and sometimes even like to wrap my hands around so I have a good grip.
Keto Guide. Welcome to Keto Guide. Let me tell you what a keto diet is all about.
I don't know why that's doing that.
That diet.
Huh.
Keto diet restricts carbs to less than 20 grams per day along
There we go.
with a variety of healthy fats. Low carbs regulate the blood sugar and high fat controls the appetite. In absence of carbs, our body starts burning fat for energy. This is called ketosis.
What is that?
You want to check what we have to offer?
Sorry guys, well, this is going to be a good one. I don't know what's going on.
I did not get that.
Nothing
No.
is hooked up to the
Oh,
Bluetooth.
no. You want
Can't
to
turn
check
it
what
off.
we have to offer?
Turn it off.
Shut up, Alexa, or whatever your name is.
Yeah, who's doing that? My phone's on airplane mode.
Hey,
It's not
I was
connected to
taking over.
anything.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alright, sorry guys. So, we've got our grip here, and we're gonna do a resistance stretch. So we're gonna hold on to the strap, take an inhale breath, and as you exhale, try to kick the heel down towards the floor, but you're using the strap to resist, to keep the legs still. And as you're pressing the heel towards the floor, hopefully you're feeling the hamstring and maybe the calf muscle start to engage and light up a bit. You can have a decent bend in your right knee as much as you need to here. Continue to breathe in and out through the nose. We're going to take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release the resistance and start to draw the right leg towards your body using the strap. Coming to that point maybe 30% energy effort so that you feel the back of the leg engage. I like resistance stretches because they override the nervous system response, and they also create stability as well as flexibility around the joints. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release that resistance and start to bring the leg maybe just a bit closer. And we're going to bring the right leg back up to center, holding both ends of the strap with your right hand. Take an inhale breath and let your right leg open out to the right. You can extend your left leg straight if you want to, if you haven't already yet. Try to keep the left shoulder and the left hip glued to the floor. And then let's inhale, bring the right leg back up through center. And we're going to switch the grip. Take the left hand to the straps. And as you exhale, start to bring your right leg just a little bit over to the left. We want to try to keep the right hip maybe just a fist width off the floor. So we're focusing on the IT band, the outer leg, and not taking the spine into a twist so much.
Yeah, so. I can feel it.
Oh, good. If you want to maybe even feel it a little bit more or give yourself a nice adjustment, take your right hand and slide your right thumb into the top of the hip crease. And I just kind of wrap my fingers gently around your thigh and then press the top of the thigh down towards the bottom of your mat. And it just gives you all that little bit of space. We so much need space between our ribs and our hips. It gets more and more compressed as we go through life, and it's really nice to give that space back. And then gently release. Inhale, bring your leg back through center. We're gonna take the strap off the leg and lower the right leg down. Reach your arms over the head, take a big stretch, fingers to toes. Maybe you interlace the fingers, pressing the palms towards the back wall. And we're gonna release, bend the knees, and cross the left ankle above the right knee. Make your figure four. To begin, use the left hand, press the thigh towards the front of the room. Just feel that bit of opening. And this can be a good place to stay, or bring your legs up and maybe interlace behind the right thigh. You can always use your strap here too if you like, if you're not quite getting that interlace grip. Maybe you take your left forearm and gently press the left leg more towards the front of the room. Once again, finding a little bit of space around your hip. You can let your left leg be really relaxed here. Keep a nice bit of a flex in your left foot. Neck is long, chin closer to the throat, and your chin points more towards the front of the room than the ceiling. And then let's release the legs. The right foot can be on the floor. Take the strap around the ball of the left foot. And get a grip on both ends of the strap. So we're starting with the leg just straight up at 90 degrees. Take an inhale breath. And on your exhale, gently press your heel down towards the floor. Just looking to engage along the back of the leg. Feeling bend in the knee, if that helps. We'll take one more breath in. And as you exhale, release the resistance and bring your left leg a little bit closer to your body. Again, having at least a little micro bend in your left knee, but it can be a pretty big bend if you like. And then one more time, we're going to add resistance to the stretch. Breathe in. Exhale. Resist. Just like you're trying to press your heel down towards the floor. Conscious breaths in and out through the nose. Just being with that sensation on the back of the leg. One more breath in. And as you exhale, release the resistance and draw your left leg a little bit closer. I'm just going to hold here. Release your back, let your leg back towards the ceiling, straight up at that 90-degree angle, and then we're going to take the strap in the left hand, both ends of the strap. On inhalation, open your left leg out to the left. The right leg can stay bent with the foot on the floor, or it can extend straight. If you're extending the right leg straight, maybe flex the foot a bit so it's almost like you're standing. Keep the right hip and the right shoulder anchored to the floor. Relax your face and your jaws. Left thigh muscle stays contracted. Your right thigh muscle is contracted as well. Now let's inhale, bring the left leg back to center. Taking a grip on both straps with the right hand. Exhale, start to bring the left leg towards the right, just until you get that IT band stretch, that outer leg, outer hip. So maybe your hand slides under the left hip, but not much more than that. We want to keep the focus on the hip and leg and not go into a spine twist here. If you want to give yourself a little assist, taking the left thumb, sliding to the top of the hip crease, wrapping the fingers gently around the thigh, and pressing the crease of your hip towards the floor. Noticing the sensations that come up, and just allowing them to be. Let's inhale, bring the left leg back to center. Release the strap, put it to the side, and lower the left leg down. Taking a full body stretch, arms overhead, lengthen fingers to toes. Then exhale, draw your knees into your chest. You can take a few rocks side to side. Maybe draw some circles in the air with the knees. Switch direction, you're making the circles.
Jill, that felt so good.
Oh, good.
Oh my gosh.
It felt really good to me, especially on my left side.
I felt like my legs were longer.
And then bring the knees into the chest, hold right at the knee creases. We're gonna rock sacrum to shoulders. Just massaging the spine. Good job. shoulders stack over wrists, hips stack over the knees, and your spine is nice and straight to start. Take an inhale breath and extend your right leg straight back. Exhale, rotate the inner thigh up, keeping your hips square. Inhale, bring your right leg out to the right. Exhale, sweep your right leg over to the left and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, bring your right leg back to center. Exhale, round in. Lean it out. Inhale, lift that leg, lift your eye gaze. And exhale, release. Try the left side. Inhale, bring your left leg back. Exhale, rotate the inner left thigh up. Inhale, left leg to the left. Exhale, sweep it over to the right. Look over your right shoulder for your toes. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, rounding nose to knee. Inhale, lift the eye gaze, lift the leg. And exhale, release. One more time, each side. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, square the hip. Inhale, right leg to the right. Exhale, sweep it over to the left. Inhale, through center. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the leg, lift the eye gaze. And exhale, back to table. Left side. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, square the hip. Inhale to the left. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, round, nose to knee. Inhale, lift the leg, lift the eye gaze. And exhale, release. From here, spread your fingers, energize all 10 fingertips. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, set your hips up and back for your first down dog. Take a moment here, pedal it out. Bend your knees right and left. Move your head a little bit, yes as a nose. Eventually, just settling into a static or still down dog. Take an inhale breath, lift the heels, come onto the ball of the feet, look forward, and take many little steps forward to the top of your mat. Once you get to the top of the mat, walk your feet about hip distance apart or a little wider. Bend your knees, rest your belly on your thighs, and maybe reach for opposite elbows or biceps and take ragdoll. Sway a bit side to side. Unless this doesn't feel good, in which case, stand how it feels comfortable. Take a moment and find your weight nice and even in all four corners of your feet. Finding the big toe mound, the baby toe mound, back of the heels. Maybe even just wiggle your toes a little bit and make sure the toes are freely moving. If your toes are clenching, your balance is going to be compromised. We want the toes free to do their little toe thing and help keep you balanced. Contract your thighs, energize your legs. Draw the navel back towards the spine. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale, draw them together and down your spine. Magnetize the bottom rib to your hip so your core is nice and engaged here. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Bring your chin down just a smidge so the back of the neck is super long here. So inhale, bring the arms over the head, look up for your thumbs. And as you exhale, bring the arms behind the back and interlace the fingers, keeping the elbows bent to start. Once again, draw the shoulders up, back, and down, and maybe the arms straighten a bit. Inhale, navel to spine. Exhale, bend your knees and sit down into chair pose. Try to find your balance here. Your toes are light and moving freely. Your knees and thighs are squeezing together. The navel draws to the spine so your tailbone is pointing more down than back to the wall behind you. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, glue your stomach to your thighs and start to bow forward, letting the hands come away from the hips as much as they want to. As you inhale, bend the knees, peel the chest off the thighs, coming back in the chair. Exhale, fold, glue the belly to the thighs, lifting the hips. Hands can come away from the hips as much as they want to. One more time, inhale, bend the knees. Lift the chest, keep the low belly engaged, pelvis neutral. Exhale, fold. Slowly bring the hands back towards the sacrum. Let the elbows bend and then release your hands down towards the floor. Taking inhale breath, lift halfway. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step back to a high plank. Stretch your tailbone back towards the heels. Let your chest come a little bit more forward than you might think. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Tops of the feet to the floor. Hands stay under the shoulders, close to your chest. Elbows close to the ribs, and stretch towards the hips. Take an inhale breath, lift the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Twice more. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Now we're going to start to inhale, lift the chest in one leg at a time. So inhale, lift the chest on the right leg. And release. Inhale, chest and left leg. Release. Inhale, right side. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. One more set. Inhale, right. Release. Inhale, left. Release. Press hips back to heels. Take a wide knee child's pose. Big toes together. Knees wide. From your child's pose, coming through table, tap the toes, lift your hips, down dog. So, the left leg up. And exhale, bend the knee, step in. So your left knee is pointing to the ceiling. Beautiful. Engage your core, a little bit of a twist, a little bit of shoulder work. Nice. We're gonna straighten the left leg, lower the left foot down, and lift the right forearm back up. As you exhale, we're gonna lower the left forearm down. And the left arm is straight, so your fingertips are forward. It's not so much to the side unless you need that for balance. And then we're gonna inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, stack the hip. Feeling a little bit of spine twist here. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Exhale, lower the right foot down. And lift the left forearm up. Settling into neutral, down dog. Take an inhale breath to lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, or float to the front of the mat, and fold. Inhale, rise up to standing, arms over the head. Yes. Okay, fold. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back to high plank. Lower all the way to your belly. Tops of the feet forward. So we're going to do one more spine strengthening back chain exercise. Let's bring the hands behind the back, right at the sacrum, with palms up. And this is where we're starting. And then take an inhale breath, reach the arms forward, lift the thighs. Exhale, bend the arms, elbows, cactus arms, and legs go wide. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower, hands at the low back. Let's try this twice more. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, bend the elbows, legs wide. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift chest and thighs. Exhale, bend the elbows, legs wide. Inhale, reach. And exhale, lower. Release your hands, bring them under the shoulders. Press back, wagging child pose. Lengthening the tailbone back and the fingertips forward. From here, let's come forward to the table, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step, or float to the hands, and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, extend your right leg back. You can stay here with fingertips on the floor, or you can reach your arms back like airplane wings. Slowly bending the left knee, lower right toes down. Lengthen the crown of the head forward, draw your shoulders together, stretch your fingertips back towards the heel, hovering over the left thigh. Inhale, sweep the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Spiral the right heel down, arms open like a T, shoulders soften away from the ears. So just to really Warrior Two, we're gonna do some isometric contractions. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, squeeze in, like lift your pelvic floor, squeeze your two thigh bones towards each other. Stay with your breath. And exhale, sink into the groin a bit. And you might notice how it's a little bit easier after that contraction. So let's try just one more time. Breath in. Breathe out and squeeze. Engage the pelvic floor. And still try to breathe. And exhale, soften into the hips. Let's flip the left palm. Inhale, reverse. Reaching the left arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm, left thigh, right arm reaching over the right ear. Imagine that you can lean your right shoulder back against a wall behind you. Maybe look up for your right elbow. Inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm up and back. And exhale, cartwheel your hands to the mat. Take a big step back, high plank. Exhale to chaturanga or do knees down, chest down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or float. Fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, left leg back. Stay here. Or reach your arms back. Slowly, right toes down. Left toes down. Hovering over your right thigh. Shoulders drawn together on the back. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Take a breath in your warrior two. And as you exhale, start to squeeze your groin muscles, your pelvic floor engaging. Continue to breathe. And then exhale, relax. One more time, inhale. Exhale, contract. Sink into the groin.
Do you want to do the hopper?
She needs a wipe, I'll get her in just a second. Flip your right hand, inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Oh, excuse me, extend side angle, sorry. I was thinking,
Yeah.
wiping my daughter, this is gonna be a good video.
It's okay, it's reality.
Press pause.
Inhale, reverse, I'll have to learn to edit. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Sit back and lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Bring your knees to the floor, hips to the heels. Take a brief child's pose.
Think about multitasking.
Yeah, listen, did some of the stuff help your lower back?
Oh my
I
God.
know, I was thinking about you.
It's amazing.
Because it was amazing for me.
I feel like so wobbly because I haven't done this in
Yeah.
so long. I feel like I have no sense of balance. It's
Yeah.
the most bizarre thing.
Yeah, well, it's great, isn't it?
Yes, I'm so glad I came back.
It's your first time here, Susie.
Oh. Yeah. I did yoga before COVID hit. And I just came back today. I couldn't even
Welcome back.
Yeah, I'm like, so it's amazing if you don't usually do this.
But you get it back.
Yeah, we do. Oh
So-
my gosh, I can't tell you how good my back feels.
Really good since yesterday.
Pardon?
So she's gonna send it.
Is that a good class to do?
No, is that what you're talking about?
No, my back right now. Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's great.
Oh,
We're all
man.
saying how great we feel already.
Oh, good. Come through table.
That's funny, you know, when you said knee, instead of chaturanga, you said knees, chest, chin, I thought, I haven't done that in ages, I forgot about that.
And it feels good. I like to do it sometimes just because it
I
feels
do
nice.
too.
Alright, let's take an inhale breath, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to Mulasana. So we're gonna go heels in, toes out. And then you bring your hands to your heart. So this one can be a nice stretch for the low back, hips as well. And we're gonna take an exhale breath and fold a bit into our Mulasana. Maybe bring your hands down, chin to chest, forehead down. Let your tailbone be heavy. Let the crown of your head be heavy. Envision your spine like a rainbow here. From crown of head to tailbone. If you like, you can even bind here. You're binding, you're first stretching the arms forward and then bringing them out to the sides and start to circle back. And then as you bring them back, the palms of the hands come up. You can hold your ankles. You can bind by interlocking the fingers. All this is not necessary. It's just something that you can do. And then we're going to release any binds. Bring your hands to the floor. Start to lift your hips. And walk your feet in towards one another. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen out your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, right leg back one more time. You can stay here. You can balance. Slowly lower right toes down, right knee down. Inhale, reach the arms, lift the chest, knee down, crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your hands down to the floor. And we're gonna walk this left foot out to the left, coming into a lizard pose. So this could be your lizard with hands on the floor inside the left foot. You could turn your toes out 45 degrees and maybe roll to the pinky toe side of your foot. If you have a little more flexibility and you want to go a bit deeper into the groin, you can walk your right knee back. So you're more on the top of the right thigh. And don't be afraid if you need to just kind of wiggle around and find all the little interesting places in your hips. You can come more down onto the forearms if you like, but we also are going to add an option to twist a bit here. So if you like, you can just take your hand to the outer left thigh and externally rotate a little bit more, bringing the left shoulder back. You can also bend the right leg and see if you can catch the right foot. You can use your hand. You can even use your strap here. So this posture is a lot of wonderful things. It's spine twisty, it's back bendy, it's hip opening.
massaging the bottom of your foot.
Mm-hmm. I like these hybrid asanas when they're many things. Slowly release the right foot if you've got a hold of it, and bring both hands to the floor in front of you. We're gonna turn the left toes forward and walk the left foot in. Keep your left hand inside the left foot, just right at the arch. And then we're gonna tuck the right toes, lift the right knee. We're in this sort of lizard lunge here. Spiral the right heel to the floor, turn the toes in a bit. And then inhale, reach your right arm up, side angle pose. Maybe reach the right arm over the right ear. This is where we're going to get just a little tricky, just this one time on both sides though. Look at the floor. Bring your right hand down under the right shoulder. We're going to pick up the right toes and pivot to the outer edge of the right foot for a side plank variation. So yes, you're spiraling on the outside of the right foot. Perfect. Yes, and this is as tricky as we're gonna go. Yeah. Look at the floor. Plant your left hand. And inhale to a high plank. Exhale, you can go chaturanga or knees, chest. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So if you're going from your plank, knees down, chest down, you are still building strength in the shoulders. And you may be doing it a little more skillfully than if you were struggling to do plank chaturanga. So if you're feeling a little wobbly on your chaturangas, put your knees down. Take an inhale breath, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees, forward step, or float, and fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway with the left leg back. You can stay balancing on fingertips, or you can hover. So the last one's probably easier the more you do it. Lower left toes down. Maybe use your fingers to stabilize. Left knee down. Inhale, knee down, crescent lunge. Lift the chest. Lift your eye gaze. Exhale, bring your hands down. And we're going to start to walk the right foot out to the right. Both hands inside. If you like, you can turn the toes out. Maybe roll to the pinky toe edge of the foot. You're going deeper. You're walking the left knee back. Kind of notice how you're feeling here. You can start to twist by bringing your right hand to your right thigh, externally rotating. Right shoulder rotating back. Maybe reaching for your left foot. Heart open, your right shoulder open, your right hip open. Slowly releasing the left foot. Turn your right toes forward and walk them in a bit. Plant your right hand inside the right foot. Tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. We're going to spiral the heel down and then walk the toes in. Inhale, left arm up. Side angle. You can reach the left arm over the left ear for extended side angle. Beautiful. We're going to move into our side plank, bringing the left hand down under the shoulder, pivot to the outer edge. of the left foot. Now you can always keep the right foot forward for stability. You can stack, or you can bring it back for more of a wilding variation. Do what feels good in your body. And then we're gonna look at the floor, plant the right hand, inhale to your high plank position. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. In the down dog, walk your feet a little wider, turning heels out, toes in. So just the toes are on the edges of the mat and the heels are off. Maybe let your chest melt a little forward here, lifting through the hips and the tailbone. And this can create a nice stretch around your glutes and your hips. Creating some internal rotation after we've just done a whole lot of external rotation in the hips. And then we're going to lower the knees down, bring them in towards each other, and bring the tops of the feet to the floor on the mat. We're going to work to sit the hips between the heels. You may want to just plop a block under your hips. I like to roll my calf muscles out of the way. And maybe even have your strap here. We can do this without straps or with straps, but sometimes it's nice to do it with your strap. And just get a grip on your strap here. I'm just gonna bring the arms up. And then turn your palms towards the back of the room. So the outer edge of the armpits are kind of rotating forward. Bend your elbows. And just let the strap hang down your back. So you can take this left hand and hold your right elbow. And this is a great place to stay. Or you can take your left arm behind your back, palm out, and reach for the strap. Draw your shoulder blades together. Notice your bottom rib. Sometimes to get the grip, your bottom rib wants to pop out. And bring it back in. Magnetize the bottom rib to the front of your hips. So your lower belly and your abdominal wall is engaged. And then we're going to release. You might want to just roll your shoulders a little bit here. So at any point this feels just super uncomfortable, you can always just come to a regular seated position in Sukhasana. Otherwise, we're just gonna keep the legs like this. Take the strap in your left hand, however you like it. It's kind of long. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, turn your palms towards the back of the room and bend your elbows like you're patting the scapula here. You can stay here, reaching the right hand to the left elbow and just holding it in place. Or you can sweep your right arm behind your back. Get the grip on the strap. Magnetize the upper rib to the hip, engaging the abdominals. And then we're going to release. Strap out of your way. If you're still comfortable here, we're going to stay with the legs just like this for a few moments longer. And reach your arms forward. So we are going to lengthen the fingertips a few inches forward and feel the scapula separate. And then we're going to draw the scapula together And then reach forward. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach forward, reach. This is your plank. Exhale, squeeze, chaturanga. One more time, inhale, reach forward, think of your plank. Exhale, squeeze, think of your chaturanga. And then let's bring the arms up. Take an inhale breath, reach the fingertips up, lift the shoulder blades. Exhale, shoulder blades down, back. Inhale, reach them up. And exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, lift your scapula. And exhale, scapula down, arms down. Maybe you want to make some half circles here. And then we're slowly going to begin to come out of the legs. Just very gentle, bringing weight forward into your hands. And then I like to transition through child's pose, bringing the big toes together. Take your knees a little wide. And sink the hips back to the heels, forehead and forearms down. Start to glide forward to lie on the belly. Wiggle your hips a little bit. So we're going to do one more low back hip exercise. Take an inhale breath, come into your sphinx, onto the forearms. And then you can bring your left leg out to the left, looking for that 90-degree angle. Hip and knee and ankle. You're welcome. You can stay right here, or you can lift up a little bit. See how that feels. Again, this is a good sciatica pose. It's a good posture to do if you spend a lot of time seated. This will open up the front body and open up your hips as well. And always an option to bring the left leg straight. It may or may not enhance what you're feeling. We're slowly going to reverse out. Bringing your left leg straight. Wiggling your hips a moment to adjust. And then bending the right leg into a half frog. Your half frog is also very nice too because full frog is a little intense, and this is a good way to get that opening from the frog pose without the discomfort that sometimes accompanies that pose. Stay here, or you can inhale, come up. You can have your hands more forward to make your back bend a little bit more gentle, or you can go a little deeper. Just want to do what feels nice. This is supposed to be a posture that feels good, that brings you some relief. And you want to take it to a place that feels good for you. Now slowly come out. The opposite way, you went in, maybe you wiggle your hips a little bit. And then let's press back to child's pose. One last time. child coming in to a down dog, maybe your table. And this would be our last down dog of class today. Allow it to be almost skillful in terms of alignment, as this will be the last down dog that imprints on your muscle memory for this practice. We're going to inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the middle of your mat, coming into a seat, just rolling onto your back. From here, bring your knees in and just give yourself a little rock. You can let your arms be out to the side like a T. And then exhale, let both knees fall to the right side. Maybe anchoring the left leg with your right hand and roll your head to the left side. Turn your face to the ceiling. Inhale, bring the knees through center. And exhale them over to the left side. Feel like you can anchor the legs with your left hand. And roll your head to the right side. Turn your face to the ceiling. Bring your knees to center. And start to come into your final Shavasana, your final rest. The arms a comfortable distance from the body, or even resting on your abdomen. The legs a comfortable distance apart, the heels in, the toes just kind of flopping out to the sides. Taking the next few moments to absorb all the benefits of your practice. Feeling free to adjust your legs if you need to, if your low back is a little uncomfortable. And taking in, as you rest, a poem by Nikita Gill from Where Hope Comes From. This poem is called Spring Cleaning. Throw away the knife you made from the sharp insults they gave you. Empty out the darkness that has accumulated at the bottom of your heart. All the words you refuse to say. Your heart is not a well to poison. Remember that. When the secrets become too heavy to carry, whisper them to the wind to be whisked away. As much as people say, you do not have to do this alone. Know that there are some things you must do alone. Like find each part of you that no one has known how to love. Hold it as it cries and love it anyway. Burn every memory that does not help you grow. Destruction, too, can be necessary. When you emerge from the burning, covered in the ashes of the person you once were, think of how even the most devastating wildfires burn away debris and nourish the soil so that new trees can grow. to very gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring some movement into your body. Move however it feels natural. Maybe you make a fist and release a few times. Maybe you point and flex the feet or circle the ankles. When it feels right to you, take a full body stretch, lengthen everything out. And then with an exhale breath, draw your knees in towards the chest and roll to one side. Arrive in the goddess who sleeps. Pausing just briefly in this transition posture, shifting from your practice into the rest of your day. Taking with you what nurtures you and helps you to grow, and leaving behind anything that no longer serves you. Begin to press yourself up into a comfortable seat. Sit however you like with a straight spine. Relax shoulders. Now let's bring the pinky finger edges of the hands together, eyes closed, creating within our palms a gratitude garden. Envisioning one thing in your life that you are grateful for at this moment. Planting it like a seed in your garden. Gently bringing your hands, palms together, and drawing that gratitude into your heart shine. Thank you so much for coming in this morning, sharing your energy and light with me and with each other. May all beings be free of suffering. May all beings know peace. Namaste.